Horror stories about opening doors for strangers really creep me out because I fear that a little bit. I live in a neighborhood that doesn't exactly have the highest end clientele in it, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm sure there's some high end clientele that visit the street pharmacy down the road, but for the most part, we live in a very low income neighborhood, and there are a lot of people that walk up and down the streets that I probably wouldn't welcome into my home, if you know what I mean. I normally, if there's somebody that shows up at the door that I don't know, I ask them what their business is. If it sounds legit enough, I'll open the door and talk to them, at least through the glass door, you know. But every once in a while, they got these people that'll knock at your door that you just don't know what they want, you know. Like, what do you want? Hey, can I ask you something? That's not an answer to the question I just asked you. Can I help you? State your business, you know what I mean? If you're paranoid about something like that, that's probably the best thing to do. If they start trying to, like, they don't have a clear purpose or a story that at least makes sense, you know, I would probably be a little bit more cautious. Word to the wise, just use your best judgment when you open the door for people, especially if you live in a place like mine. Because there's horror stories like this that exist. I don't know what it's all about yet, but it's a freaking horror story about somebody, a stranger, being at the door. And they always freak me out. It's by Wansee Entertainment, guys. Make sure to subscribe to his channel, and let's get into this reaction. The man standing in front of the door.
I was only 9 at the time,
Dad,
and we had just moved
bro.
to a better location. Our apartment was on the 6th floor, and was the last one on the landing. It was the furthest you could go from the entrance of the building.
Right.
It was fairly secluded.
Okay.
The staircase was also completely indoors, with 4 apartments to a floor.
Okay.
One day, I came home from school around 2 p.m. My parents weren't due back for at least another 3 hours.
9 years old.
I set about doing my usual homework, watching TV, and emptying out the fridge.
Oreos
It was around
and
the
milk.
time that I settled down for an episode of Babylon 5 that I heard the front doorbell ring.
Okay. Oh, loud
This was very odd, as my parents both had their keys,
Ding, ding.
and no one else usually visited around this time of day. I went over to the front door and asked,
People.
"Who is it?" I heard a man answer back, "Hello there. I am from the electrical company. We are doing a routine check on the electrical meters. May I come in and inspect yours?
No,
It will only take a minute."
Mom and Dad ain't here.
I looked through the peephole and saw a young man,
How random.
probably nearing his 30s, very clean, neatly dressed, with his hair combed to the side. He held a clipboard in his hand with some papers attached.
If somebody wanted to come in,
I was about to twist open the lock
they would
when
dress
something
nice,
caught
right?
my eye.
What do you
Because of
got?
the fisheye view I had on the landing, I could also see a little extra to the sides, on my left and the man's right. I saw a light bouncing from what looked like a sharp metal object.
Oh,
It took me a second, but
another
I clearly
person
saw
with
what
him.
it was. It was the cutting edge of an axe.
An axe?
Someone was standing right next to the door, attempting to hide from view, holding an axe in their hands.
Wow.
At this point,
He sure
my
is a
memory
lot
gets
less
blurry.
savory.
I remember stepping
The
away
other
from the
person,
door
right?
and creeping into my room, which was the furthest in the hallway.
Yeah.
I closed my door and didn't come back out until my parents got back.
Axe
The
murderer.
bell kept ringing for a few more minutes, and then it finally fell silent.
Go find
I
another
never told
victim,
anyone
please.
about it until now.
What?
So
You
these
didn't
were
tell
my
your
stories,
parents?
and I think there's always something important to learn from encounters like this.
Oh my god, dude. You gotta figure, you know, a lot of people don't think about it that well unless they're actually out to do something like that. Right? Have you ever took somebody off guard by asking them a direct question and they fumbled with it, like they didn't know how to answer it without incriminating themselves? Basically, if somebody's at your door and they have sinister intent, you would think that they at least have a story put together, you know? But if you're like, "Hey, can I help you? But my car, it's no, no. I'll call 911 for you. Just hang on, okay?" See if they hang around or not. Oh God, guys, Wansee Entertainment. Make sure to subscribe to him as well as a couple other videos that I think you'll love. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.